Big show coming up.
Absolutely.
Joined by a special guest.
Absolutely. Gold Coast local now. We're very excited to have Maddy Sears on the show.
Big news from the stable, as well as we look at Group 1 racing with Bo Dazzler in the Derby with the stable that's coming up. What else have we got?
Lots of news here at Aquis Park and pony races this weekend. Watch the show.
Yeah, National Pony Race Series. So let's get into it. As we said at the start of the show, we're joined by a special guest. Maddy Sears is joining us on In the Box Seat this week. Exciting time for the stable. Not only with Bo Dazzler, but the full move here to the Gold Coast. And you'll have 40 horses in work here from the start of, this week, was it?
Yeah, on Sunday. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to be on here. I'm very lucky with the horses that we have. Obviously, Bo Dazzler in a Group 1 this weekend, and not to mention him just racing it, but a very genuine chance in it. Yep. He's a very talented colt. Steady Ready resumes in the Lightning, which he won last year when he broke the 1,000-metre track record, which I believe he still holds.
Yep.
And then, on Sunday we had 20 more horses shipped down. So basically our whole operation's down here now. My dad's down here. Patrick, our foreman, that's been with us for 7 years, he made the move as well. So I feel like we're almost all back together. It's just waiting for Mum to move down when we get a new farm.
Yeah, you did sort of say that was when we first introduced you here to the Gold Coast, and we did a profile piece on, it was just getting Dad to come and Mum.
Yeah,
Mum was the sticking point.
Yeah, well, it actually, tables turned on that. Mum pushed it more than probably what Dad did.
Yep.
They've both sort of seen how happy I was down here, how the horses were, spending a bit of time down here with how well the training facilities are and that sort of stuff. So Mum sort of was the bit of a flag bearer and basically grabbed the bull by the horns and just do it. Because if we don't do it now, honestly, like when would we have done it? So yeah, it's been great, and hopefully Mum will be down here pretty soon. But we're just.
I saw on your socials your dad was out buying coffees for the whole team. Are you glad he's here now? He can put his hands in his pockets and he can do all the.
Well, normally,
Dad,
literally. Well, normally, like we have a pretty good camaraderie in the stable. We always have donuts or something. You know, we have very food orientated.
We're going to the wrong stables, obviously.
We always have something. I love cooking, so I always bring in something. But Dad shouted everyone breakfast the other morning and coffees. Normally that's me doing a coffee run, so now I'm like, Dad, can I get one? I'll go get it. So
thanks, Dad.
it is great. I love having Dad back here again. It's really nice.
You and Dad must have been really happy with how the stable has progressed with the nice horses coming through. You've got some nice 2-year-olds coming through. But your season campaigners are performing well. Secret Plan won the Casino Beef Week Cup.
Yes, yes, iconic.
Your first mission to Casino, unforgettable. You've told us off air.
Yes, it was. That's a good way of putting it. Unforgettable. It was a day. Lots to look at.
Yep.
But it was our first trip over the border since moving the stable here, and we took a really nice 2-year-old down there, the pool boy, for his first start, and he's obviously Bob's, so that's why we went there, and which is something that we're going to try and target, which is obviously Bob's is like our cutest, and it was only 2 hours down there, so we went there and won the Beef Week.
Yeah. We heard the trophy.
The trophy's
quite
huge.
large.
massive trophy. So, and obviously with Monarch, we've recently joined forces with Monarch, so it was great to get that with that team. But everything's going really well. We've got a great team of horses. Our 2-year-olds are really starting to filter through now, and as you said, our season campaigners are starting to ramp up for carnival time.
Bo Dazzler, you got within, was it one race? You were close to picking up the saddle to put on the horse last week.
Yes,
and
it's close.
He is a mutter.
Yeah.
And probably the race would have suited him, the way it was going to pan out. It was going to be a real slog. Eagle Farm 2400 wet track. He'd won the Grand Prix on a bottomless track there over 1800 metres. So I guess the race was still going to go ahead next week, but it must have been frustrating because you were that close, and I reckon his chances enhanced on the wet track as well.
Yeah, definitely. He obviously has won very well on that heavy track, but we do believe he's probably better on a dry track. But it would have changed the dynamic of the race, I believe, and would have left those horses that maybe don't get past 2,000 metres quite vulnerable.
Yep.
But in saying that, I was saying off air, I think the week extra has almost been a blessing. He's down here. His 2 gallops that he's had have just been phenomenal. He's jumping out of his skin. He looks amazing. I obviously only get to see the horse when I see him at the races because I'm based down here. But yeah, since seeing him and just seeing how he's, from when he arrived on Sunday to even this morning, he's just blossomed again.
Yep.
Like he looks phenomenal, the horse. He looks incredible. I don't think Dad and I could have him in any better order. But yeah, I think he's going to be very competitive. Jag knows the horse very well. I just hope there's just a genuine tempo.
Yep.
But I think on a dry track at Eagle Farm, you're going to get a genuine tempo.
Yep.
I think, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the race plays out, and I really think it'll test those horses that have won over 2,000 but haven't gone past the 2,000, whereas we know he's gone further than the 2,000. Whether he gets the 2,400, different story.
Yep.
But we do know he has shown signs that he's very comfortable past the 2,000 metres. Then, you know, the Derby is his grand final, and it's been his grand final for a long time out now. You know, last carnival I think he'd raced 3 or 4 weeks in a row when he ran fourth in the JJ. Like he's a very tough horse. So he's had enough racing that we know his patterns. We know the horse inside out. So we did expect him to run like that second up. And yeah, we expect him to be, at his best on Saturday.
Steady ready. You were able to achieve that goal of winning the King of the Mountain at his third attempt.
Yep.
Third, second. It was his turn this year.
Definitely.
You speak about Casino last week and the weather. King of the Mountain Day, you were in race 8 in the 9 race card,
Ghastly.
and it was terrible weather, and it looked like at any stage that the race meeting would not go ahead. And you were fortunate enough to win the King of the Mountain, something that, no doubt was very special to you and Tony.
I think the horse deserved the win that year. You know, he was edged out by Yellow Brick, and we all know how good the stablemate is. And last year he was beaten a nose by Rothfire, and he got held up in the run. So this year we were confident, but we're also at the same time, I think it was maybe his first stretch over 1,200. And then when the rain come in, we were like, oh dear. And then it was just throughout the day, every race was touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. But I think the best thing, I think what got that horse the win in that race was Cody's ride, really. He knows the horse slingshots off the turn. You watch all these races, he cruise, especially if he's in front, he just, it's almost like like slingshots off the turn. And that's where he won the race, is he come around the turn and he just skipped clear. Yeah. And they were, you're on a bottomless track, and they weren't gonna catch him. He weren't at Sunshine Coast or somewhere that's got a long straight. You've got to know Toowoomba, and Cody was brilliant in his ride. I think he skipped nearly 6 lengths clear. He just let him rip, basically, and that's what got him the win, I believe. And the horse is very talented, and he sort of always was in the shadows of Yellow Brick, I believe. Yeah, he gets a little bit forgotten about.
I totally agree. Like he's won 7 from 19, and he always seems to be at $6 plus in the markets.
Always, and I don't understand.
And now he's going into this preparation winning his last 3, I think.
Yeah, last 3, and then. He won his last 3. He got beaten in the Swiss Ace on the bottomless track, and then he'd won the start before that.
He won 4 of his last 5.
Yeah. So he's so talented. The horse is unbelievably fast. Like his cruising pace is just insane. And I think the horse is going to be exceptionally hard to beat this weekend. He's had 2 quiet trials. He's come down here. He's settled in beautifully in the environment. He had a brilliant hit out on Wednesday. It was probably the best I've seen him work in a long time. Yep. And he's just, the horse has just kept improving, and he just gives everything when he goes to the races. He's such a racehorse, and he just loves to win.
We spoke about you obviously moving to the Gold Coast, and you're a local here now. You've convinced the family to come down. One big thing that's changed here is obviously the night racing. Yeah. We do remember actually seeing you maybe out here in Gigi's after the first night meeting, having a little boogie with your friends. What's your thoughts on the night racing and where that's going here at the Gold Coast?
Honestly, I love night racing. Yeah. Obviously, on a Saturday, probably be a little bit better. Yes. Some of us have work on a Saturday morning.
Of course.
But I think it's lucky you guys. I think it's great. Yeah. It's just fantastic for the younger generation. Yeah. You come here with all your friends, whether you watch a race or not. It's something to do. It's not just your usual going to a bar or going to a pub or something like that. You get to get dressed up, be with your friends, and the drone show and everything that gets put on. Like, it's a real entertaining night, and the weather's always beautiful, apart from if it rains. But it's only usually a day meeting.
We've been lucky on the night meetings.
Night meetings
maybe
are
that's
fine.
the omen.
Maybe. But like I'm a big advocate for night racing. I think it's great. It's a lot cooler environment for the horses as well. And it really doesn't change their routine much at all. I'm a big advocate for night racing. I love night racing. It's so fun.
Not to mention that you've got a runner in the Derby, but you'll also saddle up Yellow Brick in the Stradbroke as well next week.
Yep.
He'll go into the race second up with a trial in between.
Yeah, so he had a nice trial on Tuesday, nice quiet trial. Track was very wet, so Andrew just really looked after him. But couldn't be any happier with him. He's going in great order. He drops to 53.5 kilos. I don't think he's ever carried that since he won the King of the Mountain, to be honest. And we've set him for this a long way out. The horse has always been down here with me. I know him probably better than any horse I've ever dealt with. And
he was one of the first horses that come to the coast, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was in the first lot. Dad kept steady ready at home, and I took Bricky, just because I just do everything with the horse. I've travelled with him. He's just, we did a funny video this morning, and it was with all the staff, and it was like, what's your favourite horse and why? And obviously the staff made me do it as well. And I said Yellow Brick, and obviously because he's like my son. That's all the staff call him that. But he's going into the Stradbroke in fantastic order. He looks great. His fitness is peaking. I think the big thing is going to be the weight relief. It's going to be a huge thing for that horse. He's so used to carrying such heavy weights because he's, for a reason. That's why he's, got the weight, because of what he's won and whatnot. But I'm really, really looking forward to having him in the Stratty.
Is there a horse to follow? A young horse coming through?
Yeah, I think one to follow. Obviously, he's already raced, but is the Pool Boy.
Yep.
He's exceptionally talented. And we put him away after his casino win. He had been in work a long time. It sort of just took us a little while to get him to where he was able to be at the races. He was pretty naughty, so I take my hat off to Nozzy. Actually, he put a lot of work into getting him to where he was. Hence why we let him ride him, and it was very special for Nozzy. I think that win meant a lot to him, but he's very talented.
With the Pool Boy, any background to the name?
So I'm not actually sure, but Craig Black, that we own him with, he's very good at naming horses. He's got the Gambling Greek, Choice Bro. Like, he comes up with some
good ones.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I see a bit of a theme there.
Yeah, he's pretty good at naming them, and it's quite iconic because it's always, I don't know, it's just the Pool Boy.
Love it. Thank you for coming on the show, Maddie.
No,
we really appreciate that, and good luck with all the Winter Carnival contenders.
Best of luck Saturday, and also going through the rest of the carnival. And make sure you yell out when you've got breakfast going.
I will. I'll send a text message.
We're easy.
Dad shout in the morning for
We're
coffee.
easy. Donuts, bacon, egg rolls, whatever. Both. I'm not.
I will.
Thanks so much, Maddie. Best of luck on the weekend.
Thank you.
Great chat with Maddy Sears.
Absolutely.
And just quickly, in the box seats.
Yes.
I don't want to put any pressure on the stable.
Yep.
But Chris Muntz was on the show. Cool Archie. This was prior to the maiden. Unbeaten since.
Yep.
Including winning the size.
There you go.
Paul Shaler was on the show.
Yep.
Esty Star.
Wins.
Just saying.
Just saying. I like those
Did
statistics.
someone say pay rise?
I like those statistics, Mitch.
Or pay it all?
Can you bring more of those to the show?
Yeah.
That's a good one. So you have to be watching to get the winners.
Steve is a big fan of the statistics, so we'll mention that to him.
Nice.
Toby Edmonds, big day for the stable yesterday. Toby and Stephen McLean with Spicy Martini, who now becomes a live chance in the Stradbroke. 3-year-old filly. It's been a successful approach in years gone by. La Montagna, private steer, were able to get in with the lightweights and win a Stradbroke. So best of luck to Toby and Stephen. She was dominant, winning the Fred Best Classic, picking up Media World in the shadows of the post. Good shout out to Jack Baker, who's now with Luke Pepper. Luke was training at Scone. He's now based in Canberra. Absolutely flying. He's the hot trainer of New South Wales country racing. Jack Baker is son of Gary.
Yes.
And he did start up here, Jack, and he's moved to New South Wales. He's on loan with Luke and rode his first provincial winner at Kembla during the week. So watch this space with Jack Baker. Oh, and Jace McMurray's partnered a few winners
down south as
in
well.
the Sydney metro area. So he started off with a bang.
Speaking of young riders, we do have the
Great segue.
National Pony Racing Series finals here at the Gold Coast Turf Club this Saturday. So obviously the qualifiers have now happened all around Australia, the Queensland's one being on Friday night a few weeks ago. So now the winners from this is it. This is the finals, and it will be right here at the Gold Coast Turf Club this Saturday. So get along to the track. That'll be happening between races 2 and 3. So rough timings, the small pony race at 1:30 and the large pony race at 1:40. So if you want to catch that action, it's super exciting, a real feel-good moment. So definitely get out to the track to watch that one.
Looking forward to it. We better
find a
quickly get a tip out before we wrap up the show.
I have gone, one that I've gone before, staying loyal to it, race 5, number 9. Firebolt by the Freedman stable. Some good recent form, but I think this will be a good race for them.
I'm going to spec Ralphie, who's raced with minimal luck. He was a tragedy in the Battle to Hell at the rerun race at Ipswich, and he had no luck last start, so he's just going to run 1200. So Ralphie for me, race 6, number 4.
Beautiful.
That's it. It'll be a big crowd here to catch all the Winter Carnival racing, plus the National Pony Series races. So can't wait to be trackside here at the Gold Coast Turf Club. Catch you next week.